we have seen the trend of the Boston Celtics coming out very slow and sloppy. It feels like it takes Boston around the first 4 or 5 minutes to kind of realize, oh, we have to lock in and engage ourselves. Now, this has been a consistent problem even when we were winning games. Now, at what point, I mean, is anything, so I guess my point is even if we say we win a couple games and it'll look kind of similar where we come out slow, is that true change, or does true change, are they Celtics going to show us they've turned the corner when they start coming out of games hot? Because in my opinion, they will tell me that they're back and they're ready to play when they are stringing together some games and they're coming out of the gate strong.
I think kind of just to point out what Justin talks about, just effort. Honestly, I think we'll be so-called back when we can not stare at rebounds, when we can actually sprint back on defense, when we're not shooting contested threes on a 3-on-2. I think that is what will prove to me this Celtics team's back. And yes, it has a ton to do with how they start. And tonight, yes, they came out. They were down 9-2 early. It was probably 12-4, but it was bad. They had I think it was 15-5 at one point. Their starts have been atrocious. And now I'm not saying that.
Well, I think the conversation of the Celtics being back is entirely flawed. It's entirely flawed because any good basketball team knows that no matter how much good basketball you put behind yourselves, there's more basketball to be played in the future. And really that exemplifies that in that lead tracker tonight when you see the Celtics go up by 7 points in this game. And then what happens? Oh, yeah, they give up a 10-0 run right after grabbing a 7-point lead. Right after. Immediately after. 7 points. We're like, oh, cool. We're now into this game. We've taken the lead. Great. We're going to win. And now the Raptors are up by 3 again because we just gave up a 10-0 run like that. And in the game of basketball, there's no time to be, oh, yeah, well, we're back. We did what we needed to do, and now we just can kick our feet up and sit back on our comfy chair and let the rest of the game play out. No, that's just not how basketball works. You have to continuously try on both ends of the floor. You have to continuously put in effort. You have to continuously not go through the motions, but actually do things again with intent on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively, at a consistent level in order to win games. You can't just show up, do things great for one quarter and go, oh, okay, well, looks like we're back. Like we've been doing our good habits for a quarter here. We just did it for a run. It looks like we're back. All right, cool. We can just chill out for the rest of the game. That can't happen. You have to play the full 48 minutes. And really you have to play, if you're the Boston Celtics, we saw it so often last year, they played the full essentially 36 minutes, and the last 12 didn't even matter. And that's how hard they did play at points during last season. That's how much this team dominated. Yet this season, it almost feels as if we just cannot string together consistent basketball. We come out terribly, like we've been talking about. Right. We do go on runs in portions of games. We saw the Sacramento Kings game. We were down early in that game, gave up 34 points in the first quarter, yet we went into halftime with a lead. We went on a little bit of a run there. Tonight, we went down 15-5, and then all of a sudden we're up by 7. We go on runs, but then after we go on our run, we go, okay, cool. We've established ourselves. We've established ourselves. Cool. We went on a run. That's it. We can just chill out now. And it's like, no, you have to continuously play the game, the whole game. That's part of the theme for this Boston Celtics club right now is that, like, oh, when are we going to be back? Oh, we're back. Oh, cool. And now we can just regress back to the no, you're going to be back when you just continuously play and play and play and play and play. And there's no such thing as being back. You just have to play every possession hard for the full 48 minutes every single game of the season. I do believe that there are going to be points which the team doesn't do that after a championship run, specifically at this point in the season. But at the same time, when we talk about turning the corner and being back, that's what we have to do in order to be back. We have to continuously play until we're holding up that trophy yet again, and then we're back. That's really the conversation here. There's too much complacency within this team, and really, I think sometimes within the fan base, when the team does play well, like against the Pelicans, we were saying, "Oh, a win's a win," but we were really CJ McCollum's layup went out. we're a CJ McCollum layup away from a 3-game losing streak here against 3 teams that we 100% absolutely should have beaten, or at least been there down the stretch. And in 2 of these games, we're not even close to being there. The Sacramento Kings game and tonight's game, and the New Orleans Pelicans game. You're of course lucky to come out of that one with a win because you falter down the stretch and all the details. Tatum misses 2 free throws. You don't call a timeout. It's a 5-second violation. And then all of a sudden you let CJ McCollum take an open layup at the rim. I mean, these are not characteristics of a championship winning basketball team whatsoever. And this team knows how to play. And that's what also is making this way more frustrating. We're not talking about a 2022 Celtics squad that's never done anything in their lives before other than, oh, they made the playoffs a couple times. Now there's new pieces around. Oh, we have to see how this team meshes and gels. We just saw this team put up when we're handing out rings and the banners going up. Wick Grosbeck was talking about this is one of the best teams in all of NBA history. And he was 100% correct. And we were all saying that on the broadcast mid-season last year. And now this year we're going and we're talking about this team as, oh, they can't play a consistent 48 minutes of basketball.
Yeah.
No, it's again,
Oh,
mind-boggling. Mind-boggling.
Honestly, I know what you said.
Mind-boggling.
Just like what you said, it's like, this whole concept of being back. Yeah, you're right. It's completely skewed because fans, I don't know about last game against the Pelicans, but they string 2-3 wins together, even a bad win. They string 2 or 3 wins together. Fans are gonna now be like, "Oh, we're so back." But to me, kind of like to your knowledge, it's like, are we really back? Are we winning these games? Are we winning these 2 to 3 games because we're actually playing the full 48 minutes hard, or was it like the Pelicans game where, maybe we played 15 to 20 minutes of good, hard basketball and we just won? That's just really all it was. We won the game. Great. Move on. But
I will say this. I think you guys put out some solid points. But I think, like, for me, being back is like, okay, where they're trending in the right direction, right? Where it's like, okay, like here's a sample size of basketball that Boston has played, right? Say for the next month and a half. So, we talk about March 10th, right? At All-Star break, and Boston is playing really well. To me, it's like, okay, it's been a month and a half now. Boston has played really well. Their defense looks good. Their offense is clicking. Yes, this team's back. That, to me, that's like, yeah, because again, right now we're not back. If this was with a week stretch, I wouldn't say we were gone, right? Because it's not a big sample size. But to me, to be back for this team, it's a large sample size of really efficient and dominant basketball. I think in my eyes, that's how I can view the Celtics as being back.
Yeah, we haven't seen dominant basketball by this team, and I mean, maybe even dated all the way back to November.